the internet was around, and we were lucky enough to be part of the first companies that made it possible either to connect to the internet or provide the first services. We thought that that was the most important breakthrough, to go and see a world that didn't have internet, to begin to see a world that has the internet. And this is what we've been seeing, what we saw happen in the last 15 years. But I'm beginning to see more and more a new breed of companies, of entrepreneurs that pretty much act as if all of what we have today, it's the foundation, sort of the sewers and all of the foundation infrastructure on which an amazing city is going to be built. But nobody ever is going to really talk about the foundations and the sewer and all of that infrastructure. What's really amazing is just beginning to happen. The fact that maybe 1 or perhaps 2 billion people ever use computers connected to the internet to access that will not be remembered. Most people will get connected with mobile phones. Most people will be using probably the social layer as a main way to navigate and to connect. And as we see all the things that need to happen to get there from where we are, there are enormous opportunities of services and companies that need to provide those services. And I would envision more than before a disproportionate amount of new global successful players to come from emerging markets. Different from the last 15 years, that it has been very, very concentrated. Most of the innovation has come from around here in Silicon Valley. We would expect more of the innovation over the next 15 years to come from emerging markets, just because when we look at how a 15-year-old is using a mobile phone in a place like Jakarta or Istanbul or Rio de Janeiro, it's in many ways much more sophisticated and has a more important and intimate relationship with that phone than the same 15-year-old in Chicago or Barcelona. And from people who can do that and use the technology that way, come great companies, and the companies that are going to close this gap and how we're going to connect the next 6 billion people. And it's because of that that we thought we could have no one better to talk to us about this than Chamath. How do I pronounce your last name? Chamath? Chamath from Facebook. Chamath heads not only growth, is not only in charge of growth at Facebook, but international and mobile. And because of that, I thought it was a very special person to address this crowd and tell us what he's seeing, where this growth is coming from. And thank you very much for being here today, Chamath, for giving us this talk.